Don't fight it. It's time to go up a size.
This is the biggest.
This is the biggest.
Our biggest show. The Hodaki Big Show. With Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Oh, g'day, you mad bastards. Great to have your company this Thursday afternoon, the 8th of June, 2023. You're listening to The Big Show. Hoodie, Jay Minogue, and Keyzie, you mad bastard. Mogi looking great as ever, mate. Sounding the same.
Yeah, pretty much the same.
Actually, you sound a bit better now.
I am a bit better, generally speaking, but then I did a lot of talking today, and that's kind of buggered it. Because up until now, I've just been sitting at home doing nothing.
Yeah, lying on the couch.
Sitting in silence, just waiting for the show to begin.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm on the up. I reckon October, November,
nice,
I'll be
mate.
about 60%.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, good on you, mate. Keyzie, how's life?
Pretty good, fellas, not going to lie. Went out for a drive in my truck today. Lady waved at me.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
You're sitting on your dad's lap?
No,
so
my
he let
dad...
you steer,
no.
and he does all the,
the gears and stuff.
And that.
My dad may have helped me build it, but he doesn't drive it for me.
May have.
My dad helped me build it. But I was driving along with it. She gave me a wave at the traffic lights and a little wink there, and I was like, thanks, mate.
Funny you should say that, actually. I took the dog for a little walk today, Mogi, and a woman walked past me, and I said good morning to her, and she totally sassed me, just totally ignored me.
Oh, really?
Just looked at me when I said good morning, and then walked right past. I mean, what's that about?
Was it your wife?
It's funny you say that, actually. I was driving here today, and I was coming up the left-hand lane, and there was a sort of a Mercedes-Benz in the right-hand lane, and he tried to cut me off into a parked car.
Yeah.
What's that about?
What's that about?
I mean, in fairness, I wasn't wearing pants.
Yeah.
I mean, that might have been a little bit off-putting. But
I'd been flipping him the bird and screaming at him out the window.
Right,
Calling him a rich piece of son of a bee, son of a bee and all that sort of stuff.
Great stuff, mate. Hey, listen, big show coming up. We decide our winner for the hardest rugby quiz of all time. And plenty more going on, but as always, at this time of the day, text us 3483. Where are you listening to the show? What are you wearing? And let's kick off with a bit of the old Ben Harper.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Ben Harper there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Thursday afternoon. 8 minutes past 4 o'clock. What are the people saying there, Keyzie? You're looking very smart today, by the way, mate. It's nice to see you making an effort. Cleanly shaven. You got a bit of wax or something in your hair.
Because he's not leaving his mouth hanging open all the time.
It
makes a big difference.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
Most of the time, your jaws slack.
Right.
Yeah, looking good, bro.
I thought you were just talking about the fact that I got a haircut.
Oh, no, it's not
it is a haircut. That makes sense.
But it could be the slack jaw thing as
How
well.
come there's that bit at the back they missed?
Oh, did they miss that?
There's just a little tuft that sort of...
I'll get a photo of that for you. We'll put it up on Instagram.
Yeah, cheers, man. That'd be great. Thanks for that. A lot of texts on 3483. Big J down in the Garden City rocking my Crocs and socks and a nice new high-vis polar fleece.
Yeah, nice.
Good, eh?
Hot.
In Greymouth driving a loader wearing nothing but a smile.
Oh, hot, yeah.
And how's about this one? Big Pete here, got my arseless chaps on, my wife's G-banger on, a Warriors jersey, and I'm currently at a pile of bricks.
Yeah, keep those texts coming. Hey, and feel free to ask us anything, by the way. The text machine is for the people out there that are listening.
Oh, and...
you can, whatever it's on your mind, whatever, 3483, just fire it through. Keyzie will read
Jase, tell them about the BK vouchers.
Oh, and there's BK vouchers to give away, as always. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so worth
which
texting.
is great. Hey, now, really significant news, fellas. A big survey came out from the OECD, basically analysing the working hours of every profession in the world.
OECD?
Well, I'll read it here. The OECD did a study alongside the United Nations. The parameters were to look at different professions and determine through all measurable data what percentage of their working day was actually spent working towards the goals that make up their employment.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay?
Yes,
that's
worrying.
So what they're trying to work out is who actually does the most work in the day and who does the least.
Yes.
It's quite an interesting... I mean, you sort of read that and you think, well, that's boring. I don't care. But some of the results were actually pretty interesting because there's people that you consider
hard workers,
yes, and others that aren't, and it's sort of surprising how much of the day is spent doing not much, and the other people doing quite a bit.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. I spent the day sort of perusing through it, breaking down the numbers myself, just getting an idea, and there were some surprising results. Actually,
well, cafe workers who generally work between 8 to 10 hours were found to work 84.3%
of that time.
That makes sense.
Right? And that's not taking into account, obviously, a lunch break and other breaks that they might get if they're lucky. Then you see farmers. So a farmer's working day is longer. That starts earlier in the day and finishes later.
Often 4 or 5 in the morning.
That's right, 4 or 5 in the morning. So that would be a 12 to 14-hour day. And the study found that they work 11.2% of that time.
Yes.
Wow, that's so low.
Yeah.
Which is funny, because I know that we've got a lot of farmers that listen to this show, and I've always considered them the backbones of this country.
Yeah, they're backbones.
Quite legitimately. That's just been blown wide open.
They do so across the whole day. Let's say you get up, do your milking and that. It takes about 10 minutes. Feed out a bit of stuff. Go home and have breakfast. Machines do it for you. Go home, have a bit of brekkie and that. Have a look out the window. Is it going to rain? No, looking good. And then end of the day, a little bit more milking. So about an hour. They're doing about an hour's work a day.
Totally.
But because it's across the whole day,
yes.
You'd never. They're actually at the bludger end of the spectrum, which surprised me.
Yes,
but yeah, because and the other thing as well, I think you sort of have your opinion tainted somewhat because they're always banging on about it.
How hard they work,
working hard, outdoors,
totally.
That sort of stuff. But like a lot of the guys that text through here, when you think about it, air-conditioned tractors,
yes,
listening via the internet, which is in their, the latest John Deere they've got or whatever it might be. So,
yes.
And, really lap of luxury stuff.
Yeah, well, and it's funny because you do...
I mean, it's not work, it's fun.
Yeah, well, you're sitting in your tractor having a few beers, he's listening to the big show. I mean, it's hardly hard jacker, isn't it?
Smoking darts.
And a lot of the time they just hoon around on their four-wheel drives and stuff. They shout at the dogs occasionally.
Yep.
As you say, do a bit of milking, 15 minutes one end, 15 minutes the other, then go home and get steamed. Or they might get steamed in between, who knows?
Yeah.
I was led to believe I didn't choose farming because I was led to believe that it's a tough, tough life, and I'm not tough enough, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's an illusion, Keyzie.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, according to the data anyway, and there's some other stuff in there as well, but yeah.
We'll get into that next, eh?
Yeah, go on.
In the meantime, here's Tom Petty.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Tom Petty there on the Radio Hodaki Big Show this Thursday afternoon, 16 minutes past 4. We're just talking about the latest report released by the OECD regarding working hours and time spent working for all the various professions. And I just wanted to make the point. We were talking about farmers before who have a very long day, often starting at about 4, ending often at 6, 7 at night. But according to this report, they only work 11% of that time.
That's right.
There may be farmers listening to this right now on 3483 that have an issue with that. Please feel free to text us. Or indeed, if you do have an issue with it, feel free to call us.
Well, because there is that sort of thing where it doesn't, can that be right?
Yes. It doesn't feel right.
Yeah, that's right. Essentially, it means they're working about an hour, 20 of the day. But surely it's got to be more than that.
Well, what about this farmer here that's texting? You dicks are cruising for a bruising and a dedusion.
Yeah, I can understand why people would feel that way.
Well, because as we discussed, there's always this, I guess it turns out to be an illusion now that they're the backbone of the country, and it's actually not true.
Well, when you think about it...
you called them bludgers. You went to so far.
That's what the study says. It says that they're at the... Well, they don't use the term bludger, obviously, but they're at that end of the spectrum. But when you think about a farm, when you take away all of the chatter, all of the noise around farming, which is created by farmers themselves.
Yes.
Backbones, work the land, toil the earth, all that sort of stuff. If you turn the volume down on that, you've got a field and there's some cows eating grass. Right? So I'm not sure where a farmer gets involved in that.
Totally.
Except when they're sitting in their ute and the dog rounds up the cows.
Yeah.
And then they go on those machines and they milk themselves.
Yeah.
So when you think about it like that,
it makes sense.
Yeah,
it totally makes sense, mate.
Well, here's a good point that's come through on 3483. You said cafe workers spend on average 87% of their time working.
Yeah, that's right.
From Scott and Monga Karamere, imagine if cafe workers worked on farms. We'd be producing tons of stuff.
Yeah, well, that's right.
But my question is if... I'm not saying that it's a weird thing because you say, well, farmers are bludgers, but they must be doing the required amount of work.
Yes.
I'm not saying that there's things to do that they are not doing. I'm just saying if you've got a farm, there's bugger all on your to-do list.
Yeah, totally.
According to this study.
It's just on autopilot.
Literally, sometimes just sitting back and watching the grass grow.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
watering it.
Yeah, and, not even that, but you just rely on the weather.
Because, they've got those farms down south which are deserts. So they redirect, the rivers up there so they can turn it into farmland. So you've got to water the grass there because it's a desert.
Yes. Interestingly, on the other side of the spectrum, and just coincidentally, because it's what we do, radio announcers work 3 hours a day, so a shorter time frame in terms of
hard and fast.
But actually work 99% of the time.
99.1 it says.
Yeah, 99.1% of the time.
But that is true because
it is true.
We get in here, we're on air, we're chatting. Then people think we're just having a dance when the songs are on, and sometimes we are.
Yes,
most of the time we are. But that's to get in the mood for the show, and then we're chatting about what are we going to talk about next? What did you do today, and what are you up to for the weekend?
Well, just on that front, Mogi, to prove our point, this is what happens when radio announcers aren't working.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's shithouse.
You know what I mean?
Good.
So, I mean,
people know when we're not working.
Exactly. We're never going to get away with that kind of nonsense.
Well, see, someone's obviously fired up on 3483. If I had time to put my beer down, turn Netflix off, and quit hiding in my tractor, I'd come give you guys a barreling about bagging farmers.
Right, look, we're totally open to discussion. You can always call us on 0800 if this is...
On 0800 Hodaki.
Hodaki, we're just reporting the facts.
Yeah, this is a study that's been done by OECD, WWE, and the United Nations.
WWE, right.
Parameters were to look at different professions and determine through all measurable data what percentage of their working day was actually spent working towards the goals that make up that employment. Who did the most work in the day and who were doing the least. So, yeah the numbers are there. It's quite interesting. We should probably link people to the study on Insta.
Yeah, we should actually. In the meantime, let's have a bit of Weezer, shall we? Keep those texts coming on 3483. Have yours say New Zealand.
Farmers are generally having a bit of a wheeze after working an hour a day.
Yeah, totes.
Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Yes, indeed, Arctic Monkeys there on the radio, Hodaki Big Show. 27 minutes past 4 o'clock. We've certainly seemed to have kicked the hornet's nest on 3483. Farmers out there not happy with the latest reports out of their working day. And as we were saying before, we're simply reading what the report tells us. It's not our opinion, and it's actually facts from the report.
That's right. So just to clarify, we're looking at the study that the OECD did alongside the United Nations. The parameters would look at different professions and determine through all measurable data what percentage of their working day was actually spent working towards the goals that make up their employment, who did the most work in the day, and who was doing the least, essentially. So cafe workers, 87%, radio DJs, no, we work shorter days.
Sure.
So it's 99% for us. So that's probably not a fair measurement if we're going percentage-wise.
Well, it doesn't take into account all the prep and all that sort of stuff as well. You know what I mean? I'm up most nights till 3 or 4 in the morning doing that, but I don't count it because I'm a bit of a backbone.
But the one that was interesting for us, and the one that we pulled the data on today, was for farmers who often, it's a 12 to 14-hour day, but actually when they measured the data, actually did 11%.
Work
so
of that time was working.
How did they figure that out? Do they have like a breakdown of, you know what I mean?
It's all in there.
Because that actually begins to feel high to me now.
Yeah, well, if you've got 1,000 farmers, and then they just measure what they did each day.
Yes.
And sort of put that on a timeline, and then it's quite easy then to measure.
Right.
Just through timing, how long each task takes.
Activity.
Right. So it varies obviously across the world. This is it is OECD, so
is that Oceania?
Yeah, so it's the wake up times. It's going to be dependent on sun and all these sorts of things. So the example that they've got based on the median here is 4 a.m. wake up.
Yes.
5 a.m. wake up again.
Right, so they've obviously just dozed off.
You go back to sleep.
They probably didn't put the snooze on or something like that.
6:15 a.m. milk cows and smoke cigarettes.
Yes.
Because you find actually farmers do smoke cigarettes, so they're getting...
they love their
doing it.
So I thought cows were earlier than that, but they're pushing it back to 6:15.
Well, this is, as I say, so New Zealand it might be earlier.
Right,
but then, so it'll be different across different countries.
Papua New Guinea might be.
6:15 milk cows, 6:30 back to bed.
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Midday is lunch and cigarettes. 12:30 back to bed.
Far out. Good job if you're a sleepyhead.
3:30 wake up and cigarettes.
Yes.
4 o'clock.
Often a coffee.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Milking and cigarettes. 4:15 drink alcohol and smoke cigarettes. And they'll normally find that drinking will accelerate to around about 11 o'clock PM
Yes.
when they'll go to bed. And the cigarettes will accelerate as well.
Well,
Right.
yeah, obviously, too, they have to get up early as well, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So that thing where they woke up at the start of the day, Keyzie, at 4 a.m. and then went back to, slept in again until 5.
Yeah.
That's probably because they went to bed steamed at 11.
11 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it's a hard cycle to get out of.
And is
And the other thing, too, to factor into this whole thing is that often the drinking will start earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Not always, but often it'll be, the start of your second session of milking.
It's the beauty of it is you're your own
Your own
boss.
boss, yeah,
That's
totally.
one of the attractions of farming, and
Yes.
how little work there is to do.
And
Yeah,
is that literally
And
every
they're rich
weekday
as well.
Every
Pardon?
weekday it's like that.
Every day.
Yeah.
Because that sounds like a great job. I'd love that gig.
Well, yeah, and I think the sort of the moaning about how much work there is probably to put you off.
Yes,
right,
Because
okay.
if everybody knew what it was like,
We'd all be doing it.
farming.
Wow.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so this study's sort of blown that wide open.
Well,
Yeah.
having said that too, looking at radio announcers at 99.1% working the entire time, that's actually had probably the adverse effect for people that wanting to be radio announcers. Going,
That's
God,
right.
that's hard yakking.
You
man."
have to be
yeah.
hard
I
working.
thought those guys
Yeah.
were just full of it, just spouting crap.
No.
What?
I don't think so. Look at the report.
What about this text on 3483? Radio hosts actually work 120% of their working day because while we're not on the radio in the studio, there are ads with our voices and stuff on it.
Thank you.
There's
So
truth
we
in that.
actually
Yeah,
exceed 100%.
Yeah.
So-
Fascinating stuff. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, coming up, if you want to play the hardest rugby quiz of all time,
That's
get on
right.
the phone right now and give us a call.
That's
on
right.
0800 Hodaki.
0800 Hodaki, and it's your chance to win not only a double pass to the Super Rugby quarterfinals this weekend, but also flights, accommodation, and $200 spending money as well.
Beautiful.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
The hardest rugby quiz you'll ever do. Oh, yeah. Good times, good times.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, we'll be announcing the winner of that later on in the show. We've got Alex from Dargaville. How you going, mate?
G'day, man.
Get it, mate.
Yeah, how you going, Alex? Yeah, good. You're a Crusaders fan?
Yeah.
Yeah, good on you, mate. We've got Zach from Wellington. You're a Canes fan?
Yes, I am.
Good on
Yeah,
you,
boy.
you mad bastard. Those are your words. Those are your buzzer words, all right? So, Zach, Canes, Alex, Crusaders. You're good to go.
Righto.
All right. Do you want to? Who wants to kick
You
us
go
off?
first, Woody.
Okay, I'll go first. You should never kick the ball out on the full when you're outside the what?
Canes. The 22.
Zach, what's the answer, mate?
Oh, the 22.
Aye. Well done, mate.
You got to
well
use
done.
your team as a buzzer. Team as a buzzer.
Yes.
Not just shouting out the answer there.
Yeah, that's okay, Alex.
That's all right. So currently 1-0. Zach is winning. All right, my question now. If Hoity J's running down the sideline, ball in hand, I come across, full speed, clothesline, across the face. His feet go out from underneath him, his withered legs flapping in the breeze there. He goes down like a pile of bricks, kind of lands on his head there, and then I dive in with my shoulder and sort of drive it into his face. So bad that they have to stop the game. The little stretcher comes out, they put him onto it, drag him off the field, and I get given a yellow card. Am I in the bin for how many minutes?
Canes.
Zach, for the win, how many?
10 minutes.
Yeah.
He's got it.
Too good, mate. He's sharp. Yeah.
Price I'm willing
Just
to
for,
pay.
just for the record there, Keyzie, if that ever did happen, I'd bowl you like Lomu on the English, mate.
You mean Lomu? Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Well done, Zach. Now, interestingly enough, we're going to be announcing the winner of that prize. It's a $200 spending cash, flights, accommodation, all that sort of stuff. So, Zach, make sure you're listening around about 5:30ish.
Yeah, that's right. I've already put him on hold, but
Oh, right,
Pugs will give
okay.
him the details, Jase. But don't forget, after an intense 15 rounds of matchups across the Pacific, the DHL Super Rugby Pacific quarterfinals are here this weekend. It's the top 8 teams battling it out for a spot in the Super Rugby Pacific semi-finals.
Holy hell,
Yeah, so good, mate.
Yeah, man.
So good.
Yeah.
What a comp.
So good.
Hey.
Have you said that?
Here's Led Zeppelin.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
You two there to finish us off for the 4 to 5 hour. Now, listen, we were talking earlier in the show, weren't we, fellas, about the latest report from the OECD about each profession and the time they actually spend working. And today we were talking about the farmers who spend 11% of their time actually working. And I've got to say, we've had a lot of kickback on 3483 from the text machine. A lot of farmers out there taking issue with some of the stuff that we were talking about. As we were saying, though, it was simply stuff from the report. So it wasn't stuff that we were just making up off the top of our heads.
Why would we do that?
Why would we do that? There's nothing to be gained for us. We were simply reporting the facts to you, which is kind of our job as radio announcers. Now, listen, coming up after 5 o'clock, we've got our prize giveaway for the hardest rugby quiz of all time.
That's right. We'll be calling one of the winners who will be getting tickets to the quarterfinals of the Super Rugby. They'll get accommodation, flights, spending money as well. And just on the whole farmers backlash thing, I think we should readdress that after 5 too at some point because there's a lot of heat on 3483. So.
Yeah, some of it quite personal actually, Mogi.
Oh, is it really?
Really having a go at Keyzie.
I didn't notice that.
And that, Keyzie was just part of the team, so I don't want people singling out Keyzie. That's not on.
You could even argue that I had nothing to do with it, was just sort of listening along with them.
Yeah.
You know
you could argue that. I mean, you could make that argument. So make sure you stay tuned after 5.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Welcome back, you mad bastards. Great to have your company this Thursday afternoon. If you're just joining us, feel free to text us on 3483 or even just give us a call. We're open. 0800 Hodaki and say good day. Tell us how your day was.
Yeah.
Hey, why not?
Yeah.
Part of our public service that we offer here. And I want people to remember too, quite genuinely, 3483, you can text us anytime about anything you want because Keyzie reads them, Minogue reads them. I don't because I've got other stuff going on. I'm pretty busy at the moment, but otherwise I would read them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you ever get paranoid that we're just reading the ones that don't offend you, and there's a heap coming in aimed at you that you never hear about?
No.
So you think it's all going sweet
No,
ass?
I don't. That never worries me, actually, Keyzie.
All right.
Well,
don't dwell on it now that I've brought it up.
I'm not the sort of person to sort of dwell on that sort of stuff.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? If people want to have a go at me, go for it. Fill your boots.
Yeah,
On 3483 or give us a ring on 0800 Hodaki.
If you want to have a go at me, okay,
And there'll be
sure.
BK vouchers on offer too, so why not?
I don't know that we'll offer BK
that's
vouchers.
nice.
No, we will,
That's a
yeah.
nice touch.
I just think in this situation we probably wouldn't offer BK vouchers
Oh,
if they're just
no, I
going
think it's
to.
fair.
If they're just going to ring up and have a go at me or text on 3483 and have a go at me, I'm not interested.
Well,
I'm not giving them a BK voucher, Mogi.
Well,
not
if
on
they
my
make the
bloody
effort,
watch. You
if
know
they
what I'm
make the
saying?
effort.
Not on my
I
bloody
thought it
watch.
didn't bother you, but now it seems like it bothers
Well, it's
you.
not bothering me, but what bothers me is the idea that they can get up
What about
and
this?
start abusing me, and then you're going to give them BK vouchers.
This on 3483. God, settle down, Hoity J. Jeez, boom. BK voucher. That's good.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Jase,
He'll
you
get
small
one.
balls bugger.
Well, Mogi and I just went for a mimmy together there, and I can think he will vouch for me when he can say that I don't have small balls.
Bolos.
They're huge bulls.
Right. There's a lot of other stuff coming in. Hoity J, you withered dog. Boom, BK vouchers. Why is Hoity J complaining so much? Boom, BK vouchers. Just like that. It's so
Yeah,
good. 3483. Jase has lady nipples.
Lady nipples. Do I really?
I don't know.
I don't
I've
know.
never
seen
I mean,
them.
I can show you my
I've
nipples. I'm
seen
happy
them.
to show
No, they're very
you know.
normal nipples.
Yeah, they're pretty,
Not
they're
the
pretty random.
woman's nipples aren't normal.
Yeah, well,
you can't
exactly.
say that, Keyzie. All
And-
nipples are normal.
And how
Oh,
can you
shit.
say that they're women's nipples? I mean, what's the...
I'm just reading the texts and giving out vouchers.
I mean, yours are raisins.
But that's not what we're doing here. We're doing make fun of Jase on 3483, get BK. That's what we're doing here.
right,
yeah.
cool.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Cornbag, head like a hole on the radio, Hodaki Big Show this Thursday afternoon, 8 minutes past 5 o'clock.
Now, I've got a theory, fellas.
Yes.
And I think it could change everyone's lives forever.
Okay, go.
hit me.
It's around when your better half
Yes.
wants to hang out with you and you've got to have one-on-one time and you promised you would. But then your mate's texting you like, hey, do you want to hang out, go do something fun? So this is...
So you're obviously right off the bat saying that's not fun, spending time with your wife.
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying at all.
Right,
I'm saying,
okay.
like, of course, I treasure that time.
Well, it's a treasure.
Oh,
Yeah. It's a
Okay.
treasure, and I treasure that time.
Buried treasure.
yes,
No,
very
just
deeply
deep, deep,
buried.
deep, deep.
No,
Bottom of the ocean,
regular,
marked X.
regular treasure that I love. However, so it's happening this weekend. I'm off to Fiji this weekend.
Yeah, so you keep saying.
Yeah,
First few days,
crapping on about it.
is alone time. Me and the wife spending time together overseas. Haven't
A
done
lot
it
of
in a while,
love making,
right?
Keyzie, you think?
Maybe. And then on the Sunday.
I mean, just from your... I mean, just... I don't want to think about that.
Oh right, yeah. Wow, you suggested it, so keep thinking about it. So what's happened is on the Sunday, one of the boys that's also going to Fiji has texted me being like, hey, do you want to play golf all day?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Who doesn't want to play golf in Fiji?
Yeah, why not, hey?
Hey, Jase, do you want to go to Fiji with me so we can play golf?
Yeah, sure, mate.
Okay,
That sounds
cool.
Oh, can I
ace.
come?
That
That'd be
sounds
fun.
scucks.
Oh, it does sound scucks. You did right. So I said, yes, I'm keen. And he said, I wasn't asking. I've already booked us a spot, 10:30 Sunday. We're playing.
mean.
And so I'm like, oh, okay.
18? You're playing 18?
18.
Yeah.
So
God,
that'll
right
be 4
in the
hours.
heat of the day.
Yeah, nice.
Good stuff.
And then he's like, the best
So
thing
that's
is...
that day gone then.
Well, he's like, the best part of it is afterwards we can have a few beers and go to a burger place nearby, which I rate highly. And I'm like, well, that sounds like a whole day affair. So what I've done is I've organised, I call it a lady sitter. It's like a babysitter for your lady,
Yeah.
which is where all of her friends are also going to be in Fiji.
Yeah.
And so I've organised for all of them to hang out with my wife.
Right.
So that I don't feel bad about playing golf when I'm supposed to be hanging out with my wife. And basically the thing I've realised is that you just have to organise a lady sitter and you can literally do whatever you want.
You're whipped, eh?
What do you mean?
Yeah, man.
What do you mean? I think that's a nice thing because otherwise
you don't
I'll be
have to
there.
do anything.
I'll be
You
playing
say,
golf.
I'm going to go and play golf.
Yeah, but then I feel
Later.
bad. I feel
Later.
bad.
She doesn't feel bad. She's glad to see the back of you.
Yeah,
She's been
totally,
hanging out with
mate.
you.
She'll be
She's
into
been
it.
hanging out with you for 3 days.
She'll be hoeing into the cocktails as soon as you leave there,
She would have
Keyzie.
had her eye on a waiter or two. Don't you worry about that, Keyzie.
But just with that in
think we
mind,
need-
I mean, you know, I know where you're going with this, Keyzie. I just get my wife different lovers.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, in this option, with this situation that I'm pitching, you don't have to have any lovers. You can keep your marriage whole and just between you two, and she can hang out with her good friends.
Right. Okay.
And so what we've done is gone, hey, what
How
about
long
a
have you been
spa
married
day?
for?
Oh, 3 months, 4 months.
And you're already doing this sort of stuff.
What do you mean, this sort of stuff?
Well, you know, you're trying to get away from your wife.
Well, I'm not trying to get
But
away.
yeah, that's what I'm finding weird is that there's some kind of discussion around it. If you want to go and play golf, go play golf.
No, I know, but I've got this weird thing, Mike, where I feel bad about ditching my wife.
It's not ditching your wife. You've been with her for 3 days. She's fine.
No, this
she's
is-
a grown. She is a human adult.
She's a human adult.
Right,
But it's
okay.
literally the first full day that we're there, I'm leaving already.
I thought you said you had 3 full days together.
Yeah, we have. And literally the first day we get there, I'm ditching for golf.
Oh, right. Well,
Yeah.
that's a dirtbag move.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
right,
That's
well, you were just
scumbag.
saying that.
No, that's
Yeah,
scumbag
no, that's
stuff.
really
I would say
low.
scumbag.
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, I
mean,
wouldn't say that on air, you know,
That's
because
not-
that casts
that's not
you in
the
a
go. Not on day one.
really bad light.
Day 3. But
Right,
not
so
one.
day 3's fine.
Yeah, not day 1.
And you can just go later and she can see the back
Yeah,
of me
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah, yeah.
But day 1,
Day
dirtbag.
1,
That
dirtbag.
sucks, Keyzie.
That scucks or
No,
sucks?
sucks.
Right.
Yeah.
That is real low-level, scummy.
I mean, it
just
doesn't seem that bad.
Dirtbag,
Yeah.
just
A-hole?
a-hole
Wow, I
kind
wouldn't
of
say
stuff.
AO, would you? I mean,
But it's got that snappy name.
yeah, lady sitter, exactly.
lady
Yeah,
sitter,
so
yeah.
good idea.
I know how you love your puns.
Yeah. So it's a good idea, I reckon.
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast.
Red Hot Chili Peppers there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Thursday afternoon, 17 minutes past 5 o'clock. Funny, actually, Keyzie, you're talking about going to Fiji there next week.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, talking about me crapping on about it forever the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
On and on and
Yeah,
on and
what's
on.
your point?
But funnily enough, Mogi, I was booking an Airbnb yesterday
Oh, yeah.
for the Christmas holidays.
Sure.
Because she's an absolute bastard, mate. You got to get in now, or you're just not going to find a place to stay.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing that does my head in about Airbnb is, you know, there's a price per night for the place that you're booking. By the time you go to pay it, it's almost double the price with your cleaning fees, with your bloody processing, your booking fees. It's just an absolute outrage.
Yeah.
So I booked this place yesterday. Then today, all day, my phone, bang, 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 bang. And I was like, what the is going on? And there's people trying to book my place for the Christmas holidays. You know what
can
I'm
you
saying?
book your place?
Well not
You
not
should
that
have
I'm
told me
aware
because I'll
of.
be keen to stay.
Well, you
Actually,
can
I
have it,
wouldn't mind.
mate. I mean, I've never booked it, but I was like, what the hell have I done here?
Wait.
What have I actually...
So you tried to book an Airbnb.
Yes.
And then people are booking your place. Have you
Bloody
got,
complicated, Keyzie.
did it ask you at any point to take photos of your own house? Because if people are booking your house, presumably you've put photos of your entire house up.
Well, I did post some photos of my house, but not to B&B, or not that I...
Just
not
part,
aware
that'll be
of.
part of your profile, was it?
Oh, yeah, it was part of my profile. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Right. And have you
but
accepted them?
seriously, it's been going on through the show too. You guys have been hearing it. Bing, bing, bing.
Bing, bing.
You know, wanting to book my house.
And have you accepted it? Because you can say no, right?
Oh, can you?
Well, it depends how far along the process you are. Have you accepted them all?
Well, I have to accept it to see what they're saying. You know what I mean? They say, do you accept this, blah, blah, blah. And I go, yeah, all right, accept, because I don't know what the hell's going on.
But haven't you got all your family coming to your place for Christmas this year?
I hope not. But yes, I think we do,
hang on.
yeah.
Have you set the price? How much are they getting it for?
Well, I haven't set a price, no, not that I'm aware of.
So you've got $0 on your house and people can book it out. So people can stay at your house for free.
Man, that's good eating.
What?
Actually, that's really good. Is there a limit on how long you can stay? Because I could book it out for like a year.
Well, I mean, I don't know if there's a limit. I haven't put any limit on it. I'm just accepting the people wanting to, talk to me about renting it out.
Right, okay.
I haven't actually mentioned any money at all.
Far out. What are we going to do? What are you going to do, Jase? If it makes you feel better, there's a lot of abuse still coming in on 3483.
That's all right then. Yeah, well, I don't know. I'll have to go back into the onto the interweb and sort it out, I suppose.
Far out.
Just sort of see if I can cancel.
You should be renting out Bill's place next door.
Oh, incidentally, by the way, Bill's dead.
Yeah. He died ages ago, didn't he?
No.
Oh,
he's
that was
been
your neighbour.
Yeah, he's been in the rest home.
I thought wasn't your neighbour Phil and his neighbour Bill?
No, my neighbour was Phil.
Oh,
His
right.
name
Yeah,
was Bill.
my neighbour's Bill.
And
Keyzie.
who was the lady that made jam next to you in your apartment?
Maureen.
Was that
Maureen,
was it?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, okay.
No, sorry, didn't I say that? Bill's dead.
That's a real shame.
Yeah,
Did you
yesterday.
get anything out of it?
Oh, I got everything out of it. You know what I mean?
So how did he go? What was the final thing that took him?
Wow.
Because he was pretty sick.
His heart stopped.
Right.
Yeah. So as his executor, I get the sales for the house and so forth, and the property and stuff that I can hock off.
You're saying you're planning on tasing him.
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast.
Franz Ferdinand there on the radio, Hodaki Big Show this Thursday evening. Now, we've been running this competition throughout the week.
It's been going off.
The hardest rugby quiz of all time. Your chance to win some tickets to the quarterfinal, $200 spending money, flights, accommodation, Mogi. How good, mate?
Yeah, it's pretty bloody amazing, man. A little bit of the old rugby union.
Rugby union
there.
So let's give our winner a call, shall we, Keyzie?
Yeah, sure, mate. We had three winners,
Derp.
and we put them into a randomizer, and Pugs has chosen one out, and we're calling him now. His name's Richard.
It's exciting, isn't it?
Hello, you speaking with Richard?
Yeah, g'day, Richard, you mad bastard. It's Hoity J, Minogue, and Keyzie from the Hodaki Big Show. Hey, how you going, big fella? Hey. Now, Richard, you'll recall, of course, you took part in the competition, the hardest rugby quiz of all time. You remember that?
Oh, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Are you there?
Good. Oh, I'm still there?
Yeah,
Good on
good.
you, mate.
So you took part in the quiz, you won, you got in the draw to win some tickets to the quarterfinal, $200 cash, flights, accommodation. Guess what, Richard?
Well, okay, come on.
You won, mate.
Hey, get up, boys.
Yeah, how good, man, how good.
Yeah.
So you're off to Christchurch for the weekend. How does that sound?
That sounds bloody good, boys.
Yeah.
Bloody good. Some people down there haven't seen in a while, actually, so good timing.
That's great.
yeah,
And
good.
you've got $200 spending money as well. You can shout a few beersies, maybe.
Well, it'll be the one. Yeah, absolutely.
Good on you, Richard.
Richard, just quickly, mate, just thought of a great question for him. What do you do for a crust?
Oh, it's pretty bloody boring. I work in HR, mate.
Backbone.
Huge backbone. And who do you think you'll take with you, Richard?
Well, I'm trying to convince the wife to come with me, actually.
You have to convince her. It sounds like a buddy goer to me, surely.
Oh, I would have thought so, mate. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just get her to drop you off at the airport.
Well, that's option number 2.
Yeah.
You could
take a mate
organise
with you.
a lady sitter.
Yeah, well, I like the sound of that, actually. It was actually good ploy.
Yeah, thanks, Richard. See, he gets it. Great New
Yeah,
Zealander.
but you're only 3 months into your marriage, Keyzie. It's
Yeah,
not
true.
good. Hey, Richard, good on you, you mad bastard. You enjoy that trip, all right?
Yeah, can't wait, boys. Thank
Good
you.
on you.
Ah, great New Zealander.
Backbone.
Massive backbone. Oh, bit of REM, eh?
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast.
Oh, yeah, bit of REM to finish off the hour. Richard was pretty stoked, wasn't he, fellas?
Happy boy.
Yeah. It's always good when people actually enjoy their prizes, I find.
Does that not happen often? Do
Well,
people get
sometimes it
annoyed?
does. Sometimes you get
You'd
a
be
real
surprised,
you know,
Keyzie.
being,
Right.
oh yeah, no, that's sweet. You're going to Paris, mate. Oh yeah. Oh
Far
yeah,
out.
you know,
Oh,
for
yeah.
7 days, mate. You and a mate. I mean, yeah, you know what I mean.
$1 million spending money.
Hey, this is the time of day we ask what's for Team New Zealand 3483. There's Burger King vouchers to give away, and we can stop on the text abusing Hoity J. By the way, they haven't stopped since 5 o'clock.
There's some really good stuff.
There
in
are-
here.
there is some good stuff. I'll admit that.
To be honest, it's like this most days. You just don't have access to the text machine. Yeah, so
right, okay.
But everyone that does text through what they're having for dinner, BK vouchers, including the new Big King XL vouchers. It's the biggest burger I've ever had from BK.
Oh.
Bloody good too.
Also, just after 6, we'll be getting back into the great job debate that we had in the 4 to 5 hour, really hoeing into the farmers, apparently. So we'll have a little chat about that as well. We've got a few more texts to go through. All that after 6.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Welcome back, you mad bastards. Great to have you company this Thursday evening. Hit us with a text there, Keyzie, 3483. What are we looking at, mate? I'm a bit peckish myself, to be honest.
A lot of people having yummy stuff for dinner, Jase. G'day, guys. Just put into the oven. Couple of chicken breasts, honey, mustard, and some beautiful jus there. Having it with roast veggies and broccoli as well. Cheers. That's from Suze.
Why would you do honey, mustard, and jus?
I don't know. I think they're making a honey mustard jus.
Oh, right.
But yeah, if I had to guess.
Generally a jus a wine, but yeah, okay.
A jus?
Yeah.
Right, okay, yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm just reading the texts as they come in. What about this one? Hey, fellas, having couscous tonight. The food's so nice, they named it twice. Fellas. He just sent a second text.
Oh, he sent a second text saying fellas, did he? Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah, very good, Keyzie.
What do you
very
reckon?
good.
Well, it's not me, it's the text.
Yeah.
G'day, guys. Busy night, not going to lie. Wouldn't mind some free BK. You know the rules. You have to text in an abusive statement towards Jason Hoyt, otherwise you don't get any free BK. That's just the rules.
Yeah, keep those coming on 3483.
Oh, you want those?
And actually, just being totally honest with you, I'm going to do BK on the way home. I'm starving. I'm not
actually just had a text coming here.
Yes.
Mikey sounds crook as a dog. He's been like that for a while. Has he had an X-ray? Has he seen a specialist? I have had an X-ray yesterday, a chest X-ray.
Yes.
It's come back all good.
Yeah, clear
All
as.
good. And I'm off to see a specialist tomorrow. So we're going to get to the bottom of this bastard, eh?
Good stuff,
I'm
mate.
feeling good.
Ear, nose,
They reckon
and
they're going to have to cut out my... God, it's going to be a long appointment.
And I tell you what, up there, yeah,
$5, folks.
if they're having to cut off the nose, that's a big job. Yeah.
And these bloody ears, eh?
Yeah. Jesus, that's noz.
The Hodaki Big Show. Weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Radiohead there on the Radio Hodaki Big Show this Thursday evening. I'm worried, Mogi, you're going to get cough lolly poisoning.
I'm eating almonds.
Oh, they almonds?
Yeah.
It's hard to... Oh, okay, well, that's all right. What's on the telly with Mike Minogue? Yeah. So are you still on the gym diet?
Nah.
Oh, just as a snack.
Are you saying nut or nut?
Nuts.
Nuts.
Yeah, I'm just trying to eat decent food.
Right, okay.
Because you'll remember prior to that, I used to be Mr. Wedge Boy. Always coming back here with boxes of wedges,
Yes, that's
wasn't I,
true.
most days?
Yes.
So I'm trying to avoid doing that.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Fair enough. What did you watch on the TV, mate?
There's a new Arnold Schwarzenegger documentary on Netflix. 3 episodes.
Oh, yes.
Episode 1 is called Athlete. And it's about his his growing up in Austria and then bodybuilding. The second one is Actor. So I watched those 2 episodes. And then the third one is American, which is going to be about his life as a politician, which I don't really care about, but I'll probably watch it.
Yeah.
Really good. I love Arnold Schwarzenegger. Love him. His autobiography is unreal. He is just a beast of a human.
He's huge.
Just let nothing get in the way of him. He is bloody-minded, single-minded if he thinks that he gets it done. The mental strength, all that sort of stuff. I just think he is unreal. So if you've never read his book, read his book. But I think this thing is good, but it's nowhere near as good as Pumping Iron, which is a documentary about him winning Mr. Olympia for the 5th or 6th time, which is made in, I think, 76 or 77. One of the funniest documentaries of all time, but just absolutely an incredible portrait of somebody who is just unstoppable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny, actually, you should mention that because I didn't watch anything last night. I was at the gym.
Oh, yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, I'm getting too buff.
Yeah.
You know, I was
it can
looking at
happen, man.
Yeah, well, I was looking at myself in the mirror and I just went, actually, I need to settle the hell down here because this is I'm getting up to sort of Mogi type sort of body, and I was like, I need to shut this down because I'm just one of those guys, I think, that just buffs up really quickly. You know what I mean? And so yeah, I didn't actually watch anything, but it is on my mind. I didn't go to the gym this morning. I'll go tonight, but you know, I went in the afternoon. But you know what I mean? I just got to tone it down a little bit. What did you watch, Keys? Oh, no, you were poofing all night.
I watched my teammates play basketball while I was on the bench.
Yeah.
Were you saying things like, go team?
Yeah, I was going, yeah! Oh, yeah!
How much did you guys lose by?
4? No, 3.
Right. What?
3 points.
Oh, 3. Okay.
What were you trying to...
No, I was going to say 300 or 30.
3 points. No, it was like 34 to 31 or something. It was after 40 minutes of play.
Yeah.
30 points apiece.
So, like, you're both pretty bad.
It was not.
Seriously, that was the score. Do you know what was underneath the hoop?
Oh, my God.
A pile of bricks.
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast.
Yeah, boy, she had there on the radio, Hodaki Big Show now. The Big Show's on the road again, which is exciting news. People love it when we're on the road, Mogi. Down in the Tron next Thursday, I believe it is, going to the field days, and then after that doing a live show at the Good George pub there, which is a bloody great venue. So come along and say g'day, why don't you?
I understand old Keyzie's not going to be there, though.
No, Keysie's not going to be there.
See, I wouldn't tell everyone that because it might stop people from coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's just pretend I am going.
Okay.
I'm in Fiji next week, but field days, it's back again. Of course, they moved the last one due to COVID and that, so it starts the 14th of June next week.
They did the last one properly. They moved the ones before that because of COVID.
Well,
remember, we went to the one...
Yeah, like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
See it...
Which had been moved because of COVID.
Oh, it had been moved because of COVID.
Well, I think it's normally in winter, right?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Was
So
that in
this
summer,
one,
was it?
So this one's a normal one. 6 months ago would have been summer,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it was pissing down still, but
Yeah, that's true.
Technically.
So it starts Wednesday next week, the 14th, goes right through to the 17th. You guys will be there Thursday lunchtime, actually, on site at the JCB site there, playing with diggers and forklifts and all sorts of stuff.
So good, can't wait.
So if you want to come along and meet Jase and Mike, head along there Thursday lunchtime. And then if you want to win a sweet JCB prize pack as well, text JCB to 3483. Awesome wee prize pack with all sorts of stuff in it.
And also, it might be an opportunity for the punters out there, Mogi, to ride bitch with us.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
we might have ride bitch with either Mogi or Hoity J as, you know, as a bit of a incentive. And then Good George after that doing the show live.
That's
so
right.
come along, you know, have a few beersies, a few wedges, all that sort of jazz.
Yes.
It'll be great.
Yes.
100 backbone teas on offer for the first hundy that show up. We've got heaps of Swan Drive vouchers up for grabs as well, and hospitality vouchers thanks to Good George. That is at Good George Dining Hall in Frankton, Thursday, 4 o'clock after field days.
Too good.
So good.
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast.
Definitely doing cheese balls tonight.
Yeah, good
I've been really good all week, but I'm...
What do you mean all week?
Well,
Monday
you know,
was a holiday.
Tuesday,
Wednesday, and now it's Thursday.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
2 days.
Yeah, 2 days, man. That's good effort.
Congrats.
And I didn't have any on Monday either, but I'm feeling that need for cheese. What are your plans tonight, Mogi, apart from nana napping and so forth?
Well, I don't nana nap at night. I just go to bed.
You just go to bed. What
Yeah.
time did you go to bed last night?
7.
How does that work?
What do you mean, how does it work?
Well, our show finishes at 7.
Oh, yeah, well, you know, when I get home. So 7.
He doesn't live far from here.
I live
Keyzie.
around the corner, mate.
Yeah.
And you went straight to bed.
Yeah.
Far out.
Yep.
Do you have dinner?
Nah.
Jeez.
Well, that's because he eats continuously through the show.
Yeah,
He doesn't
that's true.
need dinner,
I
I've
made him a
realised.
mince.
Yes.
Do you want dinner,
My
Mogi?
mates.
Nah, I've had cough lollies. They're all right.
Yeah, about 1,000 of those. What are you up to, Keyzie?
Catching up for a beer with one of my mates after this.
All right. Does your wife know about that?
Yeah, no, she knows. I told her I'd just be an hour and then I'll be home. So, and then I'll be home for lamb chops we're having.
Oh, lamb chops. Jeez, I haven't heard of that for a while.
Since the 80s.
Yeah, mint sauce.
Mint sauce,
A bit of mashed potatoes.
mashed taties, bit of garlic bread as well.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yum. What are you doing, Jase?
Oh, just go to the gym. Have a few durries.
What day is it today at the gym?
Maybe a bit of Thursday. A bit of basil.
Is it arms,
and then-
legs? What are you doing?
Oh, mate, I'm not a softie like you dudes.
Right.
I go full body.
You do
every
everything
day.
every
Yeah,
time.
Yeah,
Yeah, nice.
full body every day. Have a bit of basil, make love, and go to sleep.
Nice.
Yeah. Hey, listen, it's been a pleasure having your company. Check out our podcast. Check out our Instagram account at Hodaki Big Show until tomorrow for the big Friday throbber. We'll see you later.